Next Level Mindset bringing you another powerful and positive video. I'm going to talk about 3 powerful ways to increase your views, get massive views on your channel, how to get those views up. Not something that I've heard, but these are things that I'm actually doing on my channel that I know will work for you. So make sure you watch this all the way through to the end. As usual, I'll have some extra points that I want to share you do not want to miss. So over the last few weeks, I've been increasing my views. I've been growing on my channel, did a relaunch. And so a lot of people have been asking me, how are you doing it? How did you do your channel to get started like that? 3 powerful ways to increase your views. So the first way that I've used in my career on my channel to increase my views is to create and improve what I call the triple T system. Triple T, thumbnail, topic, and title. All right, we're going to talk about that. The thumbnail, topic, and your title is the triple T system. I've learned to increase that and to create and constantly improve on my triple T system. So the first thing is that thumbnail. It's the first thing that others are going to see. When YouTube shows an impression, they'll see that thumbnail. You want to get them to slow down on that scroll. That's the whole purpose of your thumbnail, is to stop other people from scrolling. That's the first thing. The second thing is the title. You want to draw them in with that title. The thumbnail stops them. The title gets them to say, I wonder if that's something that I would be interested in. So that's the second step of that triple T, the title. Once you get them drawn in, that's when you got to hold them, and that's where the topic comes in. Holding them through that watch time and the topic, and we'll talk more about watch time in a minute. So that's the first thing. Triple T, thumbnail, title, and topic. Got to do that. To get those views, you want to increase your views, to get massive views, and to multiply our views on YouTube, we have to have a triple T system. Thumbnail, topic, and title. Thumbnail stops them, title gets them in, topic is holding them. That's how we got to do it, just like that. The second way that I've been able to use to get my views up is to make sure that I keep my viewers watching. We got to keep them watching. So I'm learning to use things like edits. Whenever you create your videos, make sure you have edits, chopping out those spaces and those little pauses. You want to cut all of those out in your edits. Keep them watching. And the more I've been able to do that, the more I've been able to keep viewers watching through the content, making sure that it's there. Another thing that you could do is make sure you have your energy up. A lot of times when we get on camera, it naturally takes away from our energy. So increase our energy just a little bit to keep them viewers watching. Increasing our energy, cutting out those pauses in the edits. I might just leave that one in. Cutting out those little pauses like that in your edits, that's another thing to keep your viewers watching. That's the second thing you want to do to get those views up. That's going to increase our watch time. And the more we're able to increase our watch time, then the algorithm in the YouTube system begins to recognize that this video is worth watching. So that's the second thing that happens. To increase our views. And if you're new here, great music, entertainment, inspiration, motivation, subscribe, hit that bell, and be the first to get my next new video. So let's get back into this. The third way that I've been able to put into practice to get more views, get my views up, is to maximize your use of end screens. Now, if you look on the screen, I put together an end screen for those of you who may be new. It comes right after your video is playing. For example, right there, if you look on that screen right there, that's one of my other channels, by the way, but that's a whole nother video. That is an end screen. Right after your video plays, you want to maximize the use of that end screen. You put that end screen up right as your video is stopping. Then it gives others the opportunity to click on that end screen and go watch more of your content. That's what we want to do. We want to maximize our use of the end screen. And the thing about it is if you look in your back office under your analytics, it'll show you different percentages. It'll show you a percentage of your end screen, how many people are clicking on that. You can use that to decide if you want to change up your end screen. So maximize your use of your end screens by using those on the end of your video. One of the ways I do it is by pointing to the next video, something similar to that. If you enjoyed this type of video, watch this video next. It'll be a great video for you to finish watching. Something like that. You want to point them to the next video. As soon as that video is finished, you have another video to put on there so they can click that video just as your first video is ending. Now, if you've enjoyed this so far, hit that like button. The algorithm signal will let others know this video, this video. It'll let them know it's worth watching if you hit that like button. Thank you. This first extra tip that I want to share with you, it deals with that editing. Remember we talked about editing? You want to edit and keep the viewers watching by editing out those pauses and those ands and ums. So when you come to your editing, what I found out, always edit for the audio. In other words, you want to edit by listening to it and see how it sounds over how it may look. A lot of people these days, they're not really watching our videos the way we think. And you'll find out in your life, when you're watching your videos, some of them we just watch and we listen to more than we watch. So always edit for your audio. Edit with the audio in mind. If you have a choice in a certain segment of your editing, always go with the sound. We can always enjoy a video that sounds great even if it doesn't look the best. All right, notice that. You have something that sounds bad, you'll turn it off right away. Edit for the audio. That's number one. The second extra tip that I want to share with you, it has to deal with that end screen. You know how I talked about putting that end screen on there? Not only can you put an end screen at the end of your video, but you can also do a comment. You can do a comment and pin that comment. Now, if you're new and this is all new to you, leave me a comment. Let me know if you want me to get deeper into that. But a pinned comment is another way. You can make a comment on your video, make your comment, then you hover over to the right. There are 3 dots over there. Click one of those dots that says pin the comment. Link that out to another video. That's another way you can get extra views on your channel. Another pro tip, another tip that I want to share with you, another extra bonus that I want to share with you when it comes to celebrating those milestones. Always be willing to congratulate yourself. Use affirmations. One of mine says, always celebrate my accomplishments. I always acknowledge myself for a job well done. Be willing to celebrate those milestones. I celebrated one of my milestones recently, how to get your first 50,000 views. I want to share with you how to get your first 50,000 views right here on YouTube. Stay with me, watch this all the way through. I'm going to share my own experience, things that have worked for me, tips, extra strategies, PowerPoints you do not want to miss. If you're watching this, you're probably someone who's on YouTube. Maybe you just started. You may have had your channel going on for a while. I did a relaunch on my channel and I reached what YouTube calls a milestone. 50,000, 40,000 views. They have certain milestones. My channel celebrated 50,000 views. So I want to share with you what I've been doing over my channel, things that I've been doing, even on the next level mindset status. So the first thing that has helped me is to make a thumbnail that pops. We have to learn how to get that click. Okay, the thumbnail is the first thing that shows up as an impression on your videos. YouTube will automatically use 2 or 3 in the back office if you look under your editing. Never use those. Always upload you a thumbnail that is epic, a thumbnail that is pop. That's how you're going to get those views. You first got to get them to click. Now your thumbnail acts in congruency with your title and your description. Always remember that. Your thumbnail is the first thing that people see. When YouTube shows what they call an impression, your thumbnail is the first thing that people see. You want that thumbnail combined with your title, your topic, combined with that with your description, to get people the opportunity to grab their interest. So that's the very first thing to get the views. Got to get the click. And the way you do that is you make a thumbnail that will pop. Make a thumbnail that stands out, that'll pop out when people scrolling through their phones, they find your thumbnail. That's the first thing to help you get those first 50,000 views on YouTube. Got to get them to click. And the best way you could do that, make a title that hooks and a description giving them something, and we'll get more about that in a little bit. And one way that I've learned to do that is coming up with different titles, different ideas. What are people interested in? How do I know? I know because I know that there may be someone who is a mirror of ourselves. Always remember that. Your vibe is going to attract your tribe. Those who are around you, they're probably someone who's into something that you're doing. So that's the first thing. We got to get them to watch. Got to get them to keep watching for a certain amount of time. And one of the best ways that we can do this is to check our analytics. If you go in your back office, you'll see different analytics, watch time, impressions, how many clicks your thumbnail got per impression. As a matter of fact, leave me a comment and let me know if you are aware of your analytics. What's your favorite analytic that you like to use? I like to use that watch time compared with that thumbnail to get the click. So the CTR click rate. Behind the back office, we can check our analytics. It'll tell us when certain people are dropping out or when they may click away. Your analytics will always show you that. The second thing that has helped me is to make sure that my analytics is right, to make sure that when people do click in, they're watching for a considerable amount of time, which reminds me of our sponsor, TubeBuddy. TubeBuddy helps not only with tags, some people think it's just tags, it also helps with your title, thumbnail comparisons, A and B testings on your thumbnails. They help with search engine optimizations. They have over 90 tools for every YouTuber. It's free to get started and you can upgrade whenever you want. So thank you TubeBuddy. Huge thanks for TubeBuddy. Check out them with the links in the description. Before I get to number 3, just want to show some love to all my subscribers, all of you all who've been taking time to view my videos, leaving comments, interacting, all of that. Thank you, and I appreciate that. If you're new and you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button and join the family. So the third thing that I've learned to help me to get those first 50,000 views on your channel is to make what they call evergreen content. That's content that will be around year after year, never losing its value. Think about what you can do on your channel. What can you do? What do you like to talk about that you can make evergreen content? Content that will be around no matter what the season, no matter what the time. That's considered evergreen content. Think about some ideas that you can have for your evergreen content, such as how-tos, secrets of, tips and strategies, different things like that. I've got one called How to Know You Found Your Purpose, How to Know You Found True Love, How to Get More Views on YouTube, How to Get Your First 65 Subscribers. Remember that one? We talked about that one. So think about that evergreen content. If your content and if your format supports it, evergreen content is a great way to get those views, because what that's going to do, it's going to give your videos the opportunity over time to accumulate the views, which will get you more watch time according to the system. Remember, we talked about the analytics, so we want to make sure. So that's the third way that I've been able to get those first 50,000 views. And you can do it. You can make it happen today. You can do that. These are just 3 specific things that we can do to get your first 50,000 views. Now, I've got some extra bonus points. So the first extra tip that I want to share with you, it relates to that first topic that we talked about, getting them to click. Remember, that's the first step in getting your first 50,000 views, to get them to click. It involves not just the picture of the thumbnail, but the title and description. And what I've learned in my journey is to be as clear and precise as I can with that description. Make it so that a human can understand it. We know that the algorithm and the computer system is reading it, but we also want to add that human element. So keep that in mind when you're coming up with your titles and your description. The thing that has helped me in my journey is to make sure that my titles and my descriptions complement the thumbnails to get them to make that click. So that's very important. Make sure your descriptions are as clear as possible. Your title and your thumbnail complements to make the complete package. The second extra bonus point that I want to share with you, when it comes to getting those views that you know you need, those first 50,000 views, take some time to watch your own videos. You can take the time to sit back and watch and see if you would be able to enjoy it from an outside point of view. What I do, I take the time whenever I create my videos, I like to watch them from an outside point of view and ask myself, would this be something that I could enjoy? Where would I click off if I was watching this video? What excited me about it? What's interesting about it? What's gonna keep me watching this video? Even though you created it, and I know it's somewhat difficult to see yourself on the outside, sit back and watch your content. That's one thing that has helped me. I sit back and I watch my videos. Not only will that help to get those first views out there, it'll get you those first few views, and will also get the processing of those views, and you'll be able to say, is this something that I could enjoy? Because if you can enjoy it, somebody else will enjoy it as well. And the more people enjoy it, the more impressions you'll get by the computer system, the more people click on those impressions and watch your video all the way through, because you've used your TubeBuddy, you use those tools. That'll give you more watch time, which will get you more views. Gotta let you know this, some views don't happen overnight. I have some videos that didn't really take off in views until the 4th, 5th, or 6th month down the line. I even have a few that didn't even take off till the 3rd year. But I was able to realize that sometimes it takes a little longer for those views to kick in. 1 year, I made up in my mind, I was gonna go 1 year no matter what. Even if nobody watched my videos, I went that first year. I had to decide, is this thing for me? Maybe you're watching this right now and you've been through some ups and downs. Let me know in the comment section how long you've had your channel. Leave me some comments. Some of you just need to decide if this thing is for you. Next Level Mindset bringing you another powerful and positive video. One of my shorts got over 1,000 views in the first 9 hours. And if these things work for me, I know they will work for you. Let me know in the comment section if you're making shorts for your channel. Next level hack that I've used to get my views up, to make sure that you have shorts that loop. Make sure your shorts are looping. You can get more watch time. If there's a way you can get your short to make a loop without people really knowing about it, maybe they'll watch it twice. So see if there's a way that you can get your shorts to loop on the low without them even knowing about it. That way they can watch it over and over, get the watch time you need. If you go to any one of your videos, in the back screen, you'll find where it has a top moment. And that's where videos are being able to keep people watching for a long period of time. As a matter of fact, check this out right here. As you go into your back screen, click on any one of your videos, go to the analytics, you'll see where it has a flat line. Sometimes it'll say top moment, nice work, this video kept people watching for longer than usual. Sometimes you'll see that, but even if you don't see that, you can check your analytics in the back. Whenever you see that flat line, that's when people are watching. That's when people are staying on the platform longer than usual. And that's one thing that we want to do. We want to have our videos in a point where people are steadily watching. They're enjoying the content. They're enjoying whatever you're doing, giving you value, whatever content you may be using. A top moment is a powerful analytic. So keep that in mind as you begin to grow your channel, as you continue to excel on the platform. What videos can you put up that has a top moment? It is very important. So that's one thing that I've learned to do on my channel. Keep people watching through that top moment. If you want to look at it like retention, a lot of people are getting away from those edits where people are strongly editing their videos like the Mr. Beast style. A lot of people are starting to get away from that, and they're starting to edit in a way that's more authentic. Connecting to the audience, me connecting with you, you connecting with me. We want to make sure we have a top moment on our channel. That's so important when it comes to growing on the platform. YouTube is really showing a lot of love to those different channels using those new features. So keep that in mind. You want to make sure that you use every new feature that you can, because they're really showing a lot of love for that. Another thing to keep in mind when it comes to using this platform, different analytics, be willing to experiment. You never know what's going to work for you, and what works for one channel may not necessarily work for every other channel. But I found that certain things that work for me, I've been able to check the analytics, and if they work, I've been able to double down on that. A lot of you watching this right now, you may not have decided if this thing is for you or not. I want to share this video with you right here, my 5 top reasons to be a content creator right here on YouTube. I think that would be a great video for you to watch next, so check that out. See me over there. Thanks again for watching and subscribing, becoming a part of the family. Stay blessed, stay positive. I'll see you on the next level. Peace.